Yo, I'm scared. The YouTube crime community is coming for me. I would not say this unless I was 100% confident. Kiely Rodni is not real. Her grandfather is not real. Her dad is not real.
Oh my lord. We got a lot to talk about today, you guys. We have a lot to discuss. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa. If you are new here, your favorite problematic housewife. We're going to be talking about Ryan Upchurch, him being sued by Kiely Rodni's family. We're going to go over a few things in the documents. We're going to talk about a couple of his response videos, and then I also want to show some clips of what he's being accused of. I wanted to show some of the receipts of some of the things that he has said, and I got some opinions. And I'm kind of looking at this from both sides, and I don't hate Ryan Upchurch by any means. And you guys might be surprised by some of my opinions, but we're going to get all into it. So let's just start. And after I go through the lawsuit and everything he's being accused of, at the end, I will give you guys my opinion on the whole thing. So as most of you probably know, Ryan Upchurch is a country rap, I guess you could say, musician. He's very popular. He has a huge fan base. And when the Kiely Rodni case was going on, Ryan Upchurch decided to kind of dabble and kind of, I would say, insert himself into the true crime community. Now, when I first came across him, the first time I had ever seen anything about him, I didn't know anything about him or his music or what he's about, nothing. The first thing I ever saw of him was him saying that Kiely Rodni was not real and making all these crazy allegations against people. And I was like, whoa, is this dude nuts? Like, what is going on here? So I decided to start looking at him a little bit more. And when I went back into when he first started talking about the true crime community, he would make some really good points. He was calling out the true crime community for acting like they're detectives, all the speculation, being fake, acting like they're, solving the case. And I was like, okay, like this is needed. It was like a fresh person who's already pretty much famous coming into the true crime community and saying what needs to be said. So my initial first impression of Ryan Upchurch was not very good at all, obviously, because I came across him spewing all these crazy false accusations, and I'm over here thinking, wow, here we go. Yet another person coming into the true crime community, being disrespectful to the victims, like spewing things with no facts and no evidence. But then when I went back and saw how he first started talking about it, I was like, oh, maybe he's not so bad. He makes a lot of good points. Like, he seems like he's a good musician. He seems like he is a smart, relatively smart guy. So what happened? I wanted to know what happened. How did we get here? How did he go from spitting facts and telling people what they needed to hear in the true crime community, and going and doing a complete 180 into kind of unhinged, wild behavior? And I wanted to see, like, what the heck happened?
You who already know me, what up, skins? To those of y'all that don't know me, how's it going? If you're coming here from the true crime side of YouTube, I'll have you know that like 50% of the true crime males don't like me. It's probably because I'm cooler than them. I'm also not one of those people who's like, hey, there's a missing person, also GoFundMe below for me. I know a lot of you true crime people think you're fucking Inspector Gadget because you can read where they went missing from, the age, the height, and the weight. I'd love to break it to you, and I am. You're not. And guess what? I'm not either. But in the past, I've gave plausible, realistic scenarios that other people have not given, which is why people watch my videos when I talk about this stuff, and which is why a lot of these other true crime people are like, boo, stop, you can't do this. You're a singer. Yeah, well, you know.
So this was 11 months ago, and I will leave any relevant videos that I used as a source down below if you want to go see the full video. I obviously can't play everything or be a 10-hour long freaking video. Anyways, but if you look at his videos from a year ago, they're very different than what they started to turn into and what he does now. He seemed very calm, very level headed. And I think people really enjoyed his takes, especially on Kiely Rodni, because if you don't know, the Kiely Rodni case was a very polarizing case. There were a lot of unanswered questions. It was very strange the way that she disappeared. Then they found her in the water in her hatchback of her car, the autopsy report. Like I will admit, there was a lot of strange things going on with that case. And I think people really enjoyed Ryan Upchurch coming in and giving like a fresh new take on a very confusing, polarizing case. And a lot of people had questions during this time of the Kiely Rodni, which is okay. It's natural to speculate to a certain extent. It's natural to have questions, right? But the problem is a lot of these true crime channels come in and they go way too far with the speculation. And one of the issues, I think, is they imply things so much so that you almost take it as fact when you're watching them if you're not, paying attention. If you're just blindly watching something and you're watching someone's coverage thinking that they're giving you the facts and an unbiased view, it can be really easy for people to just blindly watch and follow and believe what the creator is saying. And when you have a huge platform like Ryan Upchurch, like Annie from 10 to Life, in my opinion, you have a responsibility to put the facts out and be careful what you are showing to people and saying to people, because people will take it and run with it. And that is how the rumor mill starts, and then people are taking things way too far, and we're going to get into that. Anyway, so Ryan Upchurch goes on in this video that I found talking about Kiely Rodni's disappearance. He starts speculating a little bit about her situation. He thinks the cops are lying. He thinks that the photo is not right. There's something off with the photo. So right off the bat, from the beginning of this case, he was very suspicious about the whole thing, which a lot of people were. I get it, okay? A lot of people were, but he went from kind of giving a fresh new take, calling out the true crime community, saying what needs to be said, to just wild, outlandish accusations. So he was, at this time, going on a lot of different panels. He was going on Zavgirl's panel. He went on Iked panel. He was like panel hopping and sharing his opinions. Everybody was speculating. It was just live stream after live stream during this time of hundreds of thousands of people just speculating and gossiping. Some people were blaming the teenagers, like Annie was saying Sammy was a red flag. A lot of people were suspicious of Kiely Rodni's boyfriend. And what I think happened is, I think Ryan Upchurch started out genuinely wanting to come in. He saw all these clowns in the true crime community. He wanted to call them out, right? I think he started with good intentions. And then as he had run-ins with people like Iked, him and Iked disagreed on a panel about this guy, Ronnie, who was claiming to be at the party. Iked believed him. Ryan Upchurch didn't believe the guy. And after that interaction, Ryan Upchurch started making all these crazy false accusations against Iked and some other creators too. So it seemed to me like Ryan went from wanting to kind of help and give his opinion to trolling everybody. In my opinion, this is just my opinion, I think he turned into a true crime troll. I think that's what it ultimately ended up being. I think he was getting a lot of backlash from people. He was having people come at him from all directions in the true crime community. And I think he decided, like, hey, I'm coming at all of you. I'm going to troll the crap out of all of you. I'm going to put all of you in an uproar. And which, to a certain extent, I think kind of needs to happen in the true crime community, because it's just full of a bunch of clowns that don't know what they're doing. But where Ryan Upchurch went wrong, in my opinion, is using an innocent family and a victim to troll the true crime community. And I think that is why we are here today, where he is being sued by Kiely Rodni's family. Again, this is just my opinion, not a fact. This is just my opinion that I think he might have started trolling everybody once he started having disagreements and run-ins with people like Ikadmel and other creators, which I'm going to show. I did gather some clips of some of the things he was doing and saying during this time, and as we go over a couple of the documents, I will play some of the clips of some of the stuff that I found that is being alleged in this court document. Shout out to a channel called Jewels of All Trades. She's one of the only creators I could find that laid out all of the documents where it was clear and you could actually see it. So this is where I got the documents from. I will leave the full video down below and her channel if you want to check it out. So this is just stating who's involved in the lawsuit. It's Kiely Rodni's grandfather and father against Ryan Upchurch. Kiely Rodni's mother is not involved in this lawsuit whatsoever. So some of the main stuff I wanted to pull from these documents is some of the allegations that are being made. And if you take a look at the entire document, they do list out all of the links to the YouTube videos for which they are saying, but I can't click those links because I don't have the actual document. So I had to go try to find some of this stuff on my own, and I'm not going to show all of it because, again, this video will be way too long, but I will show you guys some of it. But they are saying here that Ryan Upchurch started posting about the Kiely Rodni situation, and it says Upchurch had not previously participated in so-called true crime YouTube, but began to do so as the Kiely Rodni case became quote-unquote news. Now, this is not entirely true. I actually found a video he did talking about Summer Wells and his opinion on what happened to her. So he had dabbled in true crime before the Kiely Rodni case. So that is not entirely true. Also, I want to point out in this document, you can tell the way that it's written that they're sort of against true crime and the community in general, how they're saying so-called quote-unquote true crime and how her case became quote-unquote news. And it makes sense because the entire time through the case and investigation, Kiely Rodni's family and mother especially were very against social media. They seemed like people that weren't really about social media in the first place, and her and some of her family were very against the true crime stuff, especially towards the end. I mean, I think they appreciated the coverage when they didn't know where she was and what happened, but after it was solved and figured out, the mom did not want anyone on social media discussing it anymore. So it makes sense why they're kind of throwing shade a little bit at the true crime community in this part of the document. So then they're talking about when she disappeared, and it says, in the weeks following her disappearance, numerous online posters began wildly speculating as to what really happened to Kiely Rodni. As it would ultimately turn out, Kiely died of drowning when her vehicle crashed into Prosser Reservoir and became submerged below 14 feet of water. No foul play was suspected. Ryan Upchurch was a prominent figure in this wild speculation, but not the only figure. And that's what's kind of missing here. Annie from 10 to Life did a ton of videos and streams with wild speculations. So did a channel called Zav Girl. Now, here is where I'm going to insert a little bit of my opinion, okay? Now, I'm not an expert. This is just my opinion. But normally when you want to sue somebody like this in a civil suit, they tell you to follow the money, right? Follow where you think you'll get the money. So, in my opinion, that might be why they're just focusing on Ryan Upchurch. I mean, it's possible because he made some of the more wild accusations, but Zavgirl had Ryan on her panel. A bunch of people had Ryan. A bunch of people were speculating a shit ton of crazy stuff, and it seems like the family's only going for Ryan Upchurch. And I'm just wondering if that's because they think that they will get the most money out of him. And I'm not throwing shade at them or trying to be an asshole here. I'm just wondering if that's the reason why they aren't throwing any other creators in this lawsuit. They just are doing Ryan Upchurch because they're following where they think the money will lead. I don't know, just a thought. It's also possible that the family believes that Ryan caused the most harm out of any of the other creators because, as you will see in these documents, his fans, which they call themselves Creek Squad, was harassing Kiely Rodni's grandfather, actually. And they also are accusing him of calling them scammers and calling their GoFundMe for Kiely Rodni a scam. So it's possible that they feel, out of all of the people on YouTube, that Ryan Upchurch caused the most harm to their family. So that is also a possibility of why they're only trying to hold Ryan accountable. Anyway, let's keep going. In the weeks following her disappearance, I already went over that, sorry. After Kiely Rodni's body had been found, and after authorities had publicly stated that an autopsy had confirmed her identity, Upchurch uploaded several videos making outlandish claims, including that Kiely Rodni, Daniel Rodni, and David Robertson were not real, and that the entire tragic episode was a scam by Kiely Rodni's family to raise money on a GoFundMe website. So I'm going to show you that clip right now.
I would not say this unless I was 100% confident. Kiely Rodni is not real. Her grandfather is not real. Her dad is not real. Her mom is not real. If you want me to be real, be real. All the pictures and videos you're seeing of this Kiely Rodni person are actual pictures and videos from someone else named Kiely that are 5 to 7 years old, which is the same amount of time as this CRV has been registered to this family's name. There's a reason why you can't find the family's name on any of these fucking vehicles. Everybody's been wasting time, right? Tick tock, tick tock. Well, guess where I just found all these people? Tick tock, tick tock. I'm about to post the proof and show you guys and show y'all how a lot of these pictures have been edited. P.S. The FBI didn't black out that picture of Kiely with the person under her arm. The people who created it did, because they fucked up when they photoshopped it. Oh, it's over.
So as you can see, he most definitely did say Kiely wasn't real. I know a lot of people are trying to say he never said that. It's out there. The proof is out there. He later went on a channel called Zavgirl's Panel and kind of apologized for saying that she wasn't real.
Someone, somewhere, took these real pictures of Kiely Rodni, who does exist. I want to say that on Zav's page. Does exist. Does exist. Does exist.
Thank you.
I thought she did not exist. Here's why. When someone's taking real pictures of a person and editing the real picture to make the real picture look fake, you're going to make people say, oh, she's fake. Go back and look at Check It's videos. Look at the title of the video 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8 days ago is when I first started saying that. Look at his title. Kiely Rodni, real or fake? Well, if you live there and you know that she's real, why are you insinuating she's fake?
So he did kind of apologize, but also kind of blamed them for the way the photos looked. Now, some people are saying after he took it back, he went somewhere else and started claiming she wasn't real again. I haven't been able to find that. There's just so many different clips. Some are on TikTok, some are on YouTube. It's hard to gather everything in the correct order, so I am doing my best to give you guys the receipts. So anyway, let's continue. For these next couple documents, I could not find the receipts for what they're alleging here. They didn't have any videos linked for these couple specific allegations, so I'm just going to mention what they are. And I don't have the receipt, so I'm not going to state it as a fact. But they are accusing Ryan of doxing Kiely Rodni's grandfather, the home. They're also accusing the Creek Squad members of harassing the grandfather, and he's saying that he had to spend a lot of money on extra security and alarms and home security devices and stuff like that because of the harassment he endured by Ryan's fans, allegedly. I will say I'm not sure how they are going to be able to hold Ryan accountable for things his fans did unless they have hardcore proof that he told his fans and that specific channel that's being talked about in the document to do those things. Other than that, if they don't have proof of that, I'm not really sure how they're holding Ryan accountable for what crazy fans are doing. Of course, there is something to be said about larger creators and their stands and what their stands will do for them in order to defend them and make them happy. That is totally a conversation that needs to be had. But as far as a lawsuit, I'm not really sure they can pin that on him if they don't have proof. You know what I mean? So in these next couple documents, they're talking about Ikadmel and Xana May and what Ryan Upchurch did to them. He was absolutely really nasty to this Xana May woman, and he definitely was heavily implying and straight accusing in some instances that both of them had something to do with Kiely Rodni's disappearance. As I said earlier in the video, it seemed like as he got into these conflicts with these true crime creators, it seemed like he started kind of trolling them and making all these crazy accusations, and I did find some of the receipts for that. So let's take a look at that right now.
All right, so check this out. You know how these fucking weirdos out here who like do stuff to kids and shit have like code words? Okay, well the dude who's like, hey, Ryan, I don't know anything about this missing kid. Okay, look at his name. Look how it's spelled. All right, his YouTube name is spelled Ickedmel. Ikadmel. If you unscramble it, it says that's only using the letters that are there. And it also says licked me. Why is his name unscrambled? Say, sell me kid, licked me. Like sell me kid. If you sound it out, it says sell me kid. Why? Why does it say licked me? If you look for children and your page is dedicated to looking for children and covering missing children, why? This is fucking weird. Man. Explain this, motherfucker.
And her ass got pissed because she's guilty.
You're wrong. Exactly. Xana May.
Look, that's not somebody who wants to find a little girl, bro. That's somebody right there who knows where the little girl is. Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't believe that.
You are 100% wrong.
Why are you so defensive?
I do not know.
Why are you so defensive?
I do not know where the little girl is.
Why are you so defensive?
And then why are you bringing all of this up?
Because, bitch, you were in Truckee. And remember she said she had this video of this beautiful party or whatever? She never posted it. You know why? Because she couldn't. Her fucking dumbass brain couldn't figure it out. So I guess she was like, well, maybe everyone will forget that I said I seen the party that Kiely was at. I just won't even post that video. I'm going to go act like I'm looking for things now. Look at me looking for things. Look at the books on your desk. Yeah, never trust a fat Ukrainian bitch with Xanax in her name that has books about weapons of mass destruction, counseling, and practical homicide investigations. Now, before one of you little weirdos comes over here and is like, see, it couldn't have been Xaname. It couldn't have been. It was definitely the cops. Well, yeah, somebody in fucking law enforcement has a doing in this probably, since, you know, no one found the fucking car. And then the cops tell them, hey, here's a list of everywhere to look. Don't look here where it's probably gonna be. And AWP comes up and is like, hey guys, look, there's the car. Well, I hate to break it to you little freaks out there that are like, she's innocent. Ikmel's innocent. Ronnie Jones is innocent. Shut the fuck up. Who are you? Are you the people that buy these weird videos from them? Oh, and by the way, I found a video of a random person trying to look up stuff about her and accidentally found this fucking weird dark web portal that involves a bunch of weirdo shit.
Look up There was this girl, Xana May. She was at the Kiely Rodni party. She's a YouTube. All I did was put Zanny May because I was wondering who she was. YouTube. And look at what also comes up on her search. Little Dark Web Child. CP on YouTube. YouTube Kids. Isle Sam Dark Web. Child Candy Palace Dark Web. Deep Web. Underground Child Model Portals.
I was sitting here and I was like, well, how'd the car get there? How'd they miss it? And then how did it get there? Well, she was in the water with a kayak 5 days ago, right? And she deleted that video, right? So as me and my friends are investigating this shit on Discord together, when we went back to the number that the Milo kid called me off of, they researched it, and these different names come up. Remember, like 6 days ago, I was like, why are all these different names coming up from this fucking kid Milo's phone? Well, guess what? The Miro guy and Xaname are apparently relative. Guess who else is their relative? This person. Well, damn, ain't that convenient. You know someone who works at like 50-11 fucking national parks around there. Damn. So now you got this Zanime lady who was there, who deleted that she was there, but already showed she was there in a kayak, swimming over where the car was. The car got missed, and she conveniently knows someone who works at a fuck ton of national parks around there. Gee, I wonder how the car was missed. Not to mention the other day we noticed that there was a tab on her computer talking about scuba diving. Not to mention when she was going live the other day, all these fake YouTube profiles were like, you need to get a window breaker. You need to get a window breaker. Hey, Xanime, get a window breaker. And I'm like, why are they all telling her to get a window breaker? Well, she did go out there with a kayak. She was looking up scuba gear stuff. Maybe she went out there and, dove underwater, broke the window out, and got the brick off of the fucking pedal. Maybe.
As you guys can see, he was making a lot of wild accusations that he just didn't have enough proof for, or it was circumstantial evidence at best, or it was just some coincidental things that he put together to make it look like something it wasn't. And on top of all this, he also accused the family of scamming and coming up with this whole entire thing for a GoFundMe scam. So that is listed in the lawsuit as well, and I did find a clip of him talking about the GoFundMe thing. I found this on a channel called The Gotcha Man, which I will have listed below, and he was reacting to a video that Ryan Upchurch had deleted.
And bullshit rabbit holes. You know how these people on the internet, these YouTubers like the Ixmail guy, the Zanime, and the Ronnie Jones dude, and all these people, do you know why they don't care to tell you, oh yeah, well, my friend was at the party and had cocaine? You know why she don't care to fucking canoe in the lake? Because there ain't no fucking dead girl, bruh. There ain't. You notice since the beginning, it's been like a fucking reality show with all these people calling in and popping up, and I have information, and, well, your information looks sketchy. No, it's not. Oh, he's crazy for calling her information sketchy. You see this big fucked up dumb pyramid? They're doing it on purpose. The reason they're sticking their fucking neck out there is because there is no actual crime. The only crime that is going on is a scam to get GoFundMe money. Yes, this is the new, hello, are you a great fan of mine? Yeah, that's all this is, bro. That's all this is. That's all the Kiely Rodni thing is. I mean, dude, this makes the press conference make so much sense now. There's a reason why they can't give us no answers. No party pictures, just some bullshit Photoshop party pictures. With what? With none of the people in the pictures. Why you think when the police said, hey, we found the car in Kylie's body, and Sammy got on Instagram and was like, no, they didn't, because they didn't. There ain't nobody. There ain't no Kiely Rodni. It's bullshit. It's fake. Why you think nobody's seen the Kiely Rodni girl? Why you think all these Photoshop pictures of the party have nobody in them that's point of interest? Where do you think Ronnie came from? If you switch around the letters to the name Kiely Rodni, the way they spell it, it comes out as I killed Ronnie. They designed this shit to make motherfuckers look crazy and drive theirself crazy. And while they're all going in different directions with different leads and And this is why they make themselves look completely guilty, and they're like, oh, what? I wouldn't do anything. Yeah, because they really wasn't doing anything.
Clearly, Ryan Upchurch was just going wild during this time with the accusations, with the conspiracy theories. And I think at first a lot of people thought he might be onto something because there was a lot of suspicious and unexplained things going on with the Kiely Rodni case. But then he ended up just taking it way too far. Another instance that is not named in this lawsuit, I'm not sure why, or maybe I just missed it, but he also accused another girl named Kiely of being Kiely Rodni. And she ended up having to talk about it. She was harassed and bothered, her life picked at and looked into. And that's one of the major issues when people in true crime start covering these active cases. The conspiracy theories, the rumors, the gossip, it all just gets way out of hand and people start bullying others, harassing others. People are getting doxxed. And the internet just turns into a shitstorm of all of the things that it's just crazy. The internet literally goes wild, and real people, real families of victims end up getting hurt in the process.
Kiely Rodni is not Kiely Rodni. Kiely Rodni is Kiely Rodni. Dad is fake Kiely Rodni's grandpa. That sounds fucking crazy. Yeah. So one piece of evidence that was thrown out there that everybody was like, what the hell does this mean? Was everyone keeps talking about this Be Real app, right? I've never fucking heard of it. Have you? No. I've never heard of it. And if you look it up, it's like it's the biggest thing ever, when really it's fucking not. So if you look at the evidence that's been put out, there was a picture that came out where it's the girls in the car leaned back, and there's a supposedly Kiely Rodni like with them or whatever. That's the picture everybody's saying, yo, that girl looks dead. So if you go back and look at the actual first Be Real post, and you take it and you turn the contrast down and turn the sharpness up, you can see the name of the profile. If you take that username that is on Be Real and apply it to TikTok, you see how they're wasting everybody's time? TikTok, TikTok. If you put that name into TikTok, look at the Kiely, Kiely, and look at her situation and who's around her. Look at the grandpa, because the grandpa on Kiely, Kiely's page is the dad on Callie's page. Oh no, you mean to tell me Kiely with a C and Kiely with a K have the same dad, grandpa? And by the way, don't waste your time being like, well, they don't look the same. That guy looks a little older than the other guy. Yeah, that's the point.
They did that on purpose.
So as you guys can see, he was clearly bringing in a completely different family and kids and grandparents that had nothing to do with the Kiely Rodni situation. He was doxing people, showing their TikToks and their names, and just putting a family on blast that did not need to be in the public eye because they had nothing to do with this case. So I do feel like he was very irresponsible and reckless towards the end of the Kiely Rodni situation. And I wanted to include this even though I did not see it listed on the lawsuit, just because it's another example of what he was doing during that time. And I wanted to lay out for you guys all of the things that I believe led to him getting sued and why they are accusing him of all these things. There is receipts for most of the stuff he's being accused of. And I think that he is now continuing to troll the true crime community, and we're about to get into that because he has been starting to respond to this being brought up again, right? The true crime community is now talking about him and Kiely Rodni again because the family is suing him, and he is responding, but he's not actually addressing the allegations. He's more responding in the way of trolling everybody. He's been making posts on his community tab like, I had to change my bio since I'm now the leading #1 true crime channel. Just checked the charts, woke up still #1 YouTube investigator. So clearly he is not taking this lawsuit seriously, at least publicly he's not. I don't know if he's worried. and taking it seriously behind the scenes, but as far as publicly, he's making a spectacle and a joke out of the entire thing and completely trolling the true crime community. He also did 2 video responses. We're gonna react to one of them because the second one I just don't really feel like is relevant to react to, but the first one I found interesting because he actually brings up so many good points in this troll video about the true crime community, but it's kind of ironic because he's also talking about things that he also did during this Kiely Rodni case. So let's just react to a little bit of this video before we go.
Y'all, I'm scared. The YouTube.
Already, like, the second this video starts, I'm like, what even is this? Like, clearly he's trolling everybody, and I'm not gonna lie, this video was kind of funny. Like, it did have me chuckling a little bit. Don't kill me.
Crime community is coming for me. What am I gonna do? Bunch of fucking Inspector Gadgets. Y'all know y'all are not real detectives, right?
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not really wrong. The true crime community most definitely thinks they are like special investigators up in here, and most of them are just clown ass fucks.
You're laying on your bed in your underwear going, oh, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Sheesh. Really getting to the bottom of shit, huh? I mean, there is a reason y'all are trying to be like murder solvers on YouTube. It's okay if you leave 5 of the little stick things out of the triangle game at Cracker Barrel. Everybody's different. I mean,
I know exactly what game he's talking about at Cracker Barrel.
It can't solve your own problems, so you're like, look at me, guys. I'm a really great problem solver. I'm investigating things at places. Oh yeah, I investigate. I'm the best investigator. I type keywords in the search bars and click enter. And what I mean when I say I go to these places, I look at all the best quality pictures. I hike.
Again, he has a point. A lot of these true crime channels in the community just regurgitate information that's being put out by the mainstream media, articles, other channels, stuff like that. They kind of just repeat what everybody else is saying and then just gossip while they're doing it.
The Appalachian Trail. On Google Earth. Went to Street View. Had to click it 651 times. My finger was very damaged at the end. My fingernails held up pretty good. Walking all those digital steps. Investigator, I'm gonna make an investigation station for all races to solve all problems at all places. Search all the nooks, crannies, and spaces. Analyze every statement. Search for clues even if it's in the grass, water, or pavement. Bars. Something YouTube investigators don't put criminals behind. Because you don't know how to investigate nothing. You're not a good investigator. You ain't no investigator. You couldn't investigate a refrigerator for moldy taters that you put in there yourself to save for later. I went there, y'all. I did. I went all the way there. He did go there, y'all. I seen him go there with my own screen I got. I'm absolutely right. He's absolutely right. Everybody's absolutely right. I don't know what he will. He did go somewhere. He went somewhere. He probably went to spaceship with his Illuminati friend.
I swear, you guys, this shit is wild. Like, some of this had me laughing. Not gonna lie, the guy is funny. Okay, he's funny and he has some good points. But, I mean, again, let's look at all the stuff we just talked about. So, I don't know.
About 11.5 true crime channels. Spent 11 hours going live yesterday making fuck up church videos. And my shitty day just got better. I was like, hell yeah, bro. It's like cartoons all day on Saturday for adults. And I ain't seen not one of them. Other people read. That's all. I mean, I seen them, like the thumbnails, and I was like, God damn. Look at all the time these motherfuckers are wasting doing something I'm never gonna look at. And I know what you're thinking. I know what they're thinking. This is the part where they'd be like, oh, quit acting like you don't see it. No, I see the thumbnail. I purposely don't click or watch any seconds of the video.
Do you know why I do that?
Because I'm an extra ass motherfucker. And if I wanted to be an extreme asshole, I would order a lie detector test, hook it up to myself, and then I would say, I've never seen these videos. And it would be like, he's telling the truth. Just to make him this much more angry.
Okay, so clearly he's trolling, you guys. He is trolling. He is taking, like, the road of trolling with everybody coming at him and talking about him, it seems to me like this is how he handles backlash and controversy that involves himself, which we're going to get into towards the end. But before I give you guys my final thoughts and like wrap up my feelings on the lawsuit and Ryan Upchurch in general, I want to show you some of his TikTok responses because he's kind of acting like he's not being sued. It's not happening. He hasn't been served papers. So I thought that was interesting and I wanted to throw that in here. So let's take a look at his recent TikToks.
True crime, how y'all doing today, baby? Probably not as good as me because I'm the first best investigator ever. And man, y'all might need to brush up on, y'all's investigating skills. I see all these investigators being like, look, y'all, Ryan's being sued. I called my lawyer this morning, bro. I've been served with nothing. So I don't know, dude. I guess you got to go do some more investigating. It appears you got some clues wrong somewhere or something. And I mean, hey, this is coming from a guy that don't mind getting sued. I've been getting sued forever. So it wouldn't be nothing for me to be like, yep, it's going down, but I don't see it. I mean, I'm the guy who has to get the papers. I don't see shit. Hey, go call Scooby-Doo to help him.
What the fuck? I thought I had a lawsuit, bro. Damn. I called my lawyer this morning. I ain't been served with nothing. Trying to trick me.
So he's acting like he hasn't been served. This is not really happening. He was also on his community tab saying, I have not been served any court papers at all about the Kiely Rodni chick. So then I was looking in his comments and I saw this comment that I found very interesting. This person said, LOL, the actual suit is very easy to find, and these grammatical mistakes you talk about, have you written a lawsuit before? I can't. And Ryan's attorney entered a tolling agreement. He is very aware of what's happening. So I thought that was really interesting. Is this person right? Who knows? I really have no idea what's going on with Ryan and his lawyer. It's really hard to tell with Ryan. It's hard to tell what he's being serious about and what he's not because he is a troll. Like, he is a damn troll, in my opinion. So now we're going to get into my opinion on Ryan Upchurch and everything that's happening. And then we'll be done with this video. If you made it all the way to this point, you guys are the real ones. So, as I was saying, I do believe Ryan Upchurch is a troll. I also wanted to say, I kind of feel bad for the dude because at this time he's going through a lawsuit with his mother. His own mother stole like millions of dollars from him and is like just dragging him all over social media. And as a human being, like from human to human, I feel bad. Like having to deal with that with your own mother must be horrible. And I feel like the timing couldn't be worse for him with this Kiely Rodni stuff because he's already going through a horrible time with his mother. And I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he has bad intentions. I think he started off wanting to help with the Kiely Rodni situation because he had given his opinion on the Summer Wells situation. And I think a lot of people agreed with what he had to say on Summer Wells. So I think he figured, oh, I'll come in, I'll help with Kiely Rodni. People seem to like when I talk about true crime. And then it just went south. But I do think he had good intentions. I do think he did want to help at the beginning. He offered up like $100,000. He offered up his Hellcat. Like, he put money into it, time into it. I think he really did care about the case. But I think as the case progressed, I think he started getting very suspicious of Kiely Rodni's family. And then I also think that he started having issues with everyone in the true crime community because he was not getting the reaction from everybody that maybe he thought he would, because so many people were like, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. Which I can kind of understand the frustration because most people in the true crime community have some freaking nerve coming for Ryan Upchurch because y'all are just as bad, except here's one of the differences. in my opinion, Ryan Upchurch is controversial. He can be a troll, but he's not fake. He's not trying to be some professional, innocent, true crime channel like Cough Cough Annie 10 to Life. Like, I think he's really genuine in the way of he's not pretending to be somebody he's not. He just says his opinion. If you don't like it, he'll troll the fuck out of you. He's not pretending to be some fancy, smart true crime channel like a lot of the true crime community. He's not pretending to be holier than thou or righteous or bringing awareness or any of that while doing shady, grimy things like a lot of people in the true crime community. So in that way, I definitely think that a lot of people in the true crime community are worse than Ryan Upchurch because they are frauds. They're bullshit. They are using a cause and using awareness to do dirty shit, make money, be nasty, and all of this stuff, if that makes sense. And you guys know how I feel on my channel. Like, I am not about like dragging people to the end of time for their mistakes if they are genuine people, if they are real, if they are authentic. Everybody fucks up, and I don't think they should be canceled forever because of it. A lot of the people that I choose to talk about on my channel and really come at hard are the frauds, the people who manipulate their audience, the people who are pretending they're bringing awareness while just racking up money and making millions. And they are liars, they are shady, they are just grimy people who are pretending to be something they're not. And that is why I think a lot of the other people are worse than Ryan Upchurch, because I don't feel like Ryan Upchurch is using people, using awareness, using anything, manipulating people. I don't think he's doing any of those dirty, grimy things that I don't like. So that is why I kind of don't dislike him as much as I dislike some of the other people, if that makes sense. And that's just my opinion. I also think Ryan Upchurch is one of those people that when they are backed into a corner, instead of addressing things like a, mature adult and taking it serious, he just will start trolling the shit out of everybody. And while he's trolling people and doing crazy, outlandish things, in between that, he is speaking truth and he is saying things, and he's not wrong, if that makes sense. And in that respect, he kind of reminds me of my husband. My husband is kind of like that, where he will just like troll a community of people who are nasty, shady, grimy, be outlandish, be controversial, but actually be speaking truth at the same time, if that makes sense. And I think that once he thought the family was shady, once all these people started coming at him, that is when he turned and decided, I'm just going to troll all of you. And I think that's what he's been doing most of this time. And I think he gets a kick out of everyone being in an uproar over him. I think he thinks it's funny. And to a certain extent, I mean, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate a good troll. But like I said earlier in the video, it just sucks because a real family and victim are involved in this situation. So it makes it just sad that the mom and all these people are being hurt because of the true crime community over this Kiely Rodni case. And that's just, it's disappointing. It's sad. I wish he would take it a little bit more seriously and at least apologize for anyone that might have gotten hurt by his trolling with Kiely Rodni instead of being more disrespectful. Like, I think an apology and just taking some accountability would go a long way in this situation. So this video is long. Hope you guys made it till the end, and I got more videos coming for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.